Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today the Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Golden State Warriors 117-93 in Game 2 to tie the series up at 1 apiece, and a great win for the Timberwolves to tie the series. And now in this series, you have you go from being down 0-1 to start off this series, and now you tie the series up at 1 apiece, and just a much better 3-point shooting game for this Minnesota Timberwolves team tonight. The first one went in right away for this Minnesota Timberwolves team. I believe it was Jaden McDaniels, and they knocked down 16 threes, shot 40+% from three. Honestly, it's something I expected from this Minnesota team. I didn't, honestly, one thing I will tell you that I didn't expect is I didn't expect the beatdown we saw in this game tonight. I knew the Warriors were going to be worse without Stephen Curry. I think everybody knew that. But honestly, I didn't see it. I didn't see this Minnesota Timberwolves beating them by 24 tonight and blowing them through the water like they did. I don't think Jimmy Butler was aggressive enough. I expected Draymond Green to play better offensively with what he's done in his last couple games. I guess it kind of makes sense that Draymond Green, a couple good games offensively, down to start struggling. And with Buddy Hield, I guess if you would have thought if Butler and Draymond Green only have 26 points, Buddy Hield would have went crazy, but that didn't really happen. I'm not too surprised that Buddy Hield didn't play great tonight. I think without Steph, Buddy Hield's job is harder. But with Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green tonight, I definitely thought that those two guys were going to step up and play good basketball tonight. And neither of them did. Draymond played bad. Jimmy didn't play bad, but he was not aggressive as I thought he should have been. He played 34 minutes, only took 13 shots. Almost half of those shots went in. Almost half of his threes went in. I think one thing that wasn't going Jimmy's way tonight was getting foul calls. I'm not saying he should have been getting foul calls, but only 5 free throw attempts for Jimmy Butler tonight. So that's something that Jimmy Butler really gets. That's something that goes his way a lot of the time, and so that didn't happen for him tonight. 17 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. And so that was something that hurt them. But at the same time, you had good production from guys like Kuminga off the bench, who had 18 and 5 and 8 for 11 from the floor, 1 for 3 from 3. Trace Jackson Davis had 15 and 6 in 19 minutes. And outside of that, there wasn't. Pajemski had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 for 9 from the floor, 1 for 4 from 3. He was pretty solid. So yeah, but for this Minnesota team, look, honestly, I don't know if I would use Stephen Curry's injury as an excuse. Anthony Edwards missed the whole second quarter because of an ankle injury. I know it's different between missing one quarter compared to missing the entire game, but the other thing I'd look at is Minnesota got off to a bright start in this game. Outscored them by 14 points in the first quarter, and the shots were falling down. The shots were falling down for Minnesota early in this game, and they were feeling it. And there's nothing that the Golden State Warriors, there's nothing that Stephen Curry could have done about that. Minnesota came into this game tonight and knocked down 16 threes. If Stephen Curry was in this game today, this would have been a much closer game. This would have been a close win for the Minnesota Timberwolves if Stephen Curry plays in this game. He keeps them in this ball game. But I don't think Stephen Curry changes the outcome of this game because of how good the Minnesota Timberwolves are tonight for shooting the ball. I feel like this is probably a lot of people, but you had to just know that this Minnesota team tonight would come out there with aggressiveness after one of their worst, if probably their worst shooting performance of the season. And we're talking about a team that was top 4 in 3-point percentage this year. So for them to shoot the way they did the other night, only making 4 threes, that is very unlike them. And so it was not a surprise to me, at least, that they came out in this game tonight and shot the lights out. And so Edwards had 20 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists. Keep in mind he did miss the last 6 minutes of the second quarter. And we saw 24 points, 11 assists, and 7 rebounds for Julius Randle, 10 for 17, 1 for 4 from 3. Rudy Gobert had 5 points, 9 rebounds. Mike Conley, 6 points, 2 for 4 from 3. This is a lot better for him. He was 0 for 2 the other night. Has been shooting poorly from 3 in the playoffs before tonight. Jaden McDaniels had 16 points, 7 for 10 from the floor. 20 points for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. He was fantastic. 4 for 6 from 3, 7 for 13 from the floor. Dante DiVincenzo went 3 for 8 from 3, 9 points and 5 assists. Naz Reid had 11 points and 5 assists, 4 for 10 from the floor. What else? I mean, that's really it. But this was just a great game for the Minnesota Timberwolves tonight, and great win. And the momentum switches in this series now for Minnesota going to San Francisco. All you really need is to get one win. Both games should be without Stephen Curry, and all you need to really do is go get one win, but could get two. And here's a fun fact that I learned about the Minnesota Timberwolves today a lot of people might not know this, but going all the way back in Minnesota Timberwolves franchise history, they've never just lost in the second round of the playoffs. And all the times they've been to the NBA playoffs, their season has either ended in a conference finals loss or a first round playoff exit in the first round. So they've never lost in the second round before. And so we'll see if that can be the first time here. I don't know. They've also never won in the conference finals, so that's another thing that maybe could change. Who knows? They would have a tough task, whether it would be Denver or OKC. Let me know your thoughts on this game, too, in the comment section, and peace out.